Well, these aren't the only footprints you leave on the Earth. Your carbon footprint may be less visible, but it leaves a much bigger impact on our planet. Going Carbon Neutral Sterling is an organisation determined to reduce that impact for a greener and healthier environment. But that leaves us with one question. What is a carbon footprint? Well, we went to ask the people of Stirling what they think.
What is a carbon footprint? It's the amount of carbon that you use in your normal life.
It's your own personal, how much carbon you use.
It's the footprint you leave when you stand on something.
It's the amount of CO2 emissions that you expel, amount of carbon dioxide that would use up during your daily travels.
Is it not like when you've got your car, more emission that it's given off, it's damaging the planet?
Well, it looks like Stirling already has a pretty good idea of what a carbon footprint is. But just to be sure, we went to talk to some experts.
A carbon footprint is the measure of all the impacts that you have in terms of carbon and the other greenhouse gases when you live your life. It's very difficult for individuals to cut their carbon. To say to someone use a bike but they're terrified of the traffic and they haven't got any cycling skills, that's a very difficult thing for people to do. And so what you end up having is something called an attitude behaviour gap, because somebody thinks, I should be doing this or I want to do this but I can't do this.
The most significant part of the carbon footprint really is consumption. Everyone thinks about energy, heating, electricity and flying, and very few people think about what the effect on the planet is of us buying and consuming so much stuff, especially considering most of it gets thrown in the bin within like 6 months. If we really want to tackle the environmental problems of the future, we really have to address what we buy and how we buy stuff, and really start to enjoy other pleasures in life, like going outside or seeing people or visiting places, spending money on doing things rather than buying stuff.
So I'm going to take Rachel and Simon's advice and get out on my bike.